Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all are good. My name is Nitish, and I am a consultant trainer at Sankhyana Consultancy Service from the last 5 years. So today in this webinar topic, we are going to discuss about the understanding the SAS programming process to deal with the data. So let us understand what is SAS. Okay, let us understand what is SAS. So today our topic is understanding the SAS programming process to deal with data. So what is SAS? Okay, what is SAS? So SAS is a statistical analysis software suite that is widely used for your statistical data analysis and visualization, and it allows you both the qualitative technique and the process which help you to enhance the employee productivity and the business profit. So SAS is also used for your advanced analytics, like you can say the business intelligence, crime investigation, and predictive analysis. So in SAS, right, your data is structured and categorized, which help you to identify and analyze the data pattern. And it is a software suite, right, which allow you to perform the advanced analytics, business intelligence, predictive analysis, and the data management to operate the effectively in the competitive and changing business conditions. So SAS is a platform that is independent, which means that you can run the SAS on any operating system, either in your Linux or Windows. Okay, so there are many SAS products that is available in your market, and the few of them are, you can say like that, the base SAS, we have the SAS graph, like that we have the SAS stats and the SAS ETS. So SAS, when I am talking about the base SAS, right, so base SAS software that offer you the hardware agility and integrate into all kinds of computing environment. In the same way, we have the another product, like we have the SAS graph. Okay, we have the SAS graph. So this tool, right, help you to present your structured data into the graph. Okay, and in the same way we have the SAS stats. Okay, so this SAS stat, this tool help you to perform the different type of your regression, you can say the statistical analysis variance also you can perform, and the psychometric analysis also you can perform. In the same way we have the SAS ETS. Okay, so it is used for your forecasting method, and this help you to perform the time series analysis. So whenever you want to perform the time series analysis and you want to do the forecasting, at that time you can use the SAS ETS. Now, so what we are going to discuss today, so we are going to discuss about the SAS, what is the SAS framework, SAS programming process, and in the last we will discuss the advantage of SAS. Now let us discuss about the SAS. So what is SAS? So SAS was developed by your Dr. James Goodnight at North Carolina State University in 1926, and now it is owned and maintained by the SAS Institute. The intention of identifying this software in 1970 mainly for the agriculture field for the data analysis, but nowadays, right, it is widely used in your clinical, financial, banking, manufacturing, and you can say the customer relationship management. So all the industry, right, today when I am talking about your today, so right now all the industry have tons and tons of the data that is generated on the daily basis, and it becomes difficult to handle the data and analyze the data. So here SAS provides you the platform to analyze and manage the data and present the data into the meaningful graphs and report. So this is your this SAS is your integrated software suite that is used for the data analytics, business intelligence, predictive analytics, and the data management. It is developed by the SAS Institute, and it provides you the graphical point and click user interface for the new user. So when I am talking about this the SAS, right, so SAS is the fourth generation language, and it can run on all the operating system, like you can say Windows, Linux, and Unix. Now let us understand how does this SAS work and what is their framework. So as we have seen that, right, SAS is your highly flexible and integrated software system, software environment, you can say, that is used to access the data, manage the data, analyze the data, and present the data. So what does the access the data means? What does it mean? So access the data means, here the SAS allow you to access the data in any desired format that we want. We can access the data that is stored anywhere, whether it is in your file of your system or the data is stored in another database system like Oracle and Teradata. And you can also access the Excel file and the CSV file, and it helps you to access the data in a very easy manner. Now coming to the manage the data. So manage the data means SAS help you to manipulate the data. Okay, means it allow you to format your data into your SAS environment, right? And if you want to create and add the new variable, or even if you want to delete the new variable, SAS provide you the option to delete and add the column to your existing table. So it in your manipulating the data, right, you can even perform the evaluate the data value by applying the different operator also, and SAS help you to subset the data and perform the conditional processing also. And it help you to, suppose if you want to merge the two table also, two data source also, so with the SAS, okay, you can easily able to merge the two data source, and you will be able to create, retrieve and update the different database information also. Now coming to analyze the data. So after the managing process, we will analyze the data to perform the simple evaluation, right? And SAS provide you the powerful data analysis tool, and with that we can produce the different table, frequency count, and the cross tabulation of the table. Okay, we can also create the variety of charts and graph plot, and it provide all the statistical algorithm including the mean, sum, variance, and standard deviation. The last, present the data. Okay, so present the data means SAS help you to present the data in the different form of the list, graphics reports, and the summary, and it will present the result of the analysis in the significant report in the multiple formats such as HTML, that is the hypertext markup language, RTF, rich text format, and the PDF. Fine. Now next we have the SAS programming process, right? We have discussed, right, what is your access data means. So SAS help you to access the data in a means you can access data that is present in your system, or even though your data present in your databases also you can access. But when I am talking about the data, right, so data can be categorized into your structured data. Okay, data can be categorized into your structured data, and it can be categorized to the unstructured data. Okay, so in your SAS, your data is categorized to structured data and unstructured data. Now talking about the structured data, how will you access the structured data? So structured data means what? Means the data which is in the tabular form, which is having the rows and having the defined rows and column. Okay, the data which is having the defined rows and column. So to access the structured data, right, so we will use here the libname statement. Okay, to access the structured data we will use the libname statement to access the structured data. Okay, now in the same way, to access the unstructured data, right, what we will do that we will use, okay, we will use the proc import. Okay, to access the unstructured data we will use the proc import. Fine. Now coming to explore the data, right, when I am talking about the explore the data, so how we will explore the data? So we will explore the data by, you can say, by filtering the data, right? By filtering the row with the basic operator, we can also format our column. Okay. Even suppose explore the data means what? Suppose if we want to sort our data and we want to remove the duplicate record, duplicate observation. Okay, so like that we can explore the data with the SAS. Okay, so here we can explore and validate the data. So suppose if we want to filter the record, right? So how will you do that? So you will use the where expression to filter the record. Fine. Suppose if you want to sort your data, right? So how will you do? You will use the proc sort. So proc sort help you to sort your data also. Okay. So with the help of the proc sort, right, you can sort your data and you can even group your data also. Fine. Getting? Suppose if you want to format your data, suppose as we know that SAS is going to store your date value in your SAS date format. Okay, SAS date value. Suppose, and from where it is count? It counts from your 1 Jan 1960. Okay, 1 Jan 1960. So SAS is going to give you the SAS date value from your 1 Jan 1960, and it is going to count the number of days from your 1 Jan 1960, and it is going to return you the number. So suppose I am writing here, suppose we have one column, that is DOB. Okay, DOB is one column, you can say variable also, and the value in this DOB variable is suppose like that 3 1 2 6, like that. The value is this. So we will not able to understand, right? Suppose we have the date of birth column and it is written like that, the 3 1 2 6, we will not able to understand that. Then at that time what we will do? We will format our date. Okay, we will format our DOB column. So we will apply the different format. Okay, so we will apply the, like, suppose we have the date 9 format. Okay, date 9 format. So it is going to convert your SAS date value into your date 9 format. Okay, into the readable format, right? So in the same way, suppose if you want to remove the duplicate also, right? Suppose if there is a duplication in your data, right? Your record is you can say duplicate, repeating 2 and 3 times. So how will you delete that? Okay, how will you remove the duplicate? So at that time also, okay, we will use the node key in your proc sort to delete that. Now the next we have the prepare the data. Okay, so what does prepare the data means? Prepare the data means that is your filtering your data. Suppose I have the variable. Okay, suppose not variable, I will say, suppose I have the table. Okay, and suppose this is your table, and in this table suppose I have, this is the column name A, B, C, D, E. Okay, this is your input table. Okay, this is your input table. Suppose in my output, this is my output table. Okay, I don't want this A, I don't want this A column. Okay, what will I do that? Suppose from this input table, okay, I want only D and E table. Okay, how will I do that? So at that time we will use the keep and drop statement. Okay, so while preparing the data, right, okay, we can use the keep and drop statement accordingly what column you want to drop from your output table and what column you want to keep in your output table and even in the report. Fine. Now after that, suppose if you want to create the new column, okay, how will you do that? So for creating the new column we will use the assignment statement. Okay, for creating the new column we will use the assignment statement. Okay, so this assignment, with the help of the assignment statement, right, you can create the new column. Okay, even you can update your column. Getting? And how will you create the new column? So And what is the syntax? New column, okay, is equal to expression. Okay, new column is equal to expression. Okay, so like that you can create the new column also, or even if you want to update your column, so with the help of the function, right, and you can update it. Now after that, suppose if you want to create the new column conditionally, okay, so even though so how will you create the new column conditionally? So you will use the if then conditional processing, right? So with the help of the if then do condition, right, you can create the new column. And suppose if you want to create the new table also, so you can create it with the help of if then do. Fine. Now suppose if you want to analyze and report on the data, so how will you do that? What is the meaning of analyze? Okay, and one more thing, suppose if you want to explore the data, how will you explore that? So suppose if you want to explore the data, right, we have the four procedural steps through which you can explore the data. Like that we have the proc means, proc freq, proc univariate, and the proc trend. Okay, like that. So through that, right, you can explore the data. Now coming to the analyze and report on the data. So I want to do the analysis. Okay, how can I do the analysis? So, and suppose we want to enhance the report. So before creating the report, we have to do the analysis of the data. Then we will create the report. So to analyze the data, right, we will use the we will create the frequency report, right, and even we can create the summary statistics report. Okay, so if you want to perform one-way frequency table and two-way frequency table, right, so with the help of that, right, you can analyze the data. And if you want to create the report, okay, and so report means what? So if I am saying report, so report, if you want to add some enhancement, okay, you want to enhance your report, so how will you do that? So to enhance the report, suppose this is my report, okay, this is my report. So to enhance the report, what we will do that? We can add the title here, okay, we can add the title, we can add the footnote, okay, and suppose if the data value, if you want to format your value, format your column, okay, so you can format that, okay, so you can format that, okay, getting suppose if you want to add the label to the column also, suppose you are not liking any column name, okay, so what you can do, you can label that column, okay, and that label will appear in the report. So like that you can do that. Now after that we have export the result, okay, so how we will export the result? So we can export the result. Result means what? Suppose we have this report, okay, and suppose my client want to export this result, want to export this report into the HTML, okay, so you can export it to the HTML. Suppose they want to export my report into the PPT file, okay, so you can even export it to the PPT file. Suppose if you want to export it to RTF file, okay, so you can export it to the, even if you want to export it to the PDF, okay, so you can export it to the PDF file also. Getting? Even though if you want to export it to the Excel also, you can do that. Getting? So it depend upon you, depend upon the client requirement, okay, in which format, okay, in which destination they want the report. So we have the different destinations in which we can export our result, like HTML, PPT, RTF and PDF. Fine. Okay. So like that, these are the SAS programming process, right, that we can perform on our data. So we can suppose we can access the data also, okay, explore the data, prepare the data, analyze and report on the data, and then we will export the data in the last. Now so where you will write this, where you will perform this. So right, when I am talking about the SAS, right, so SAS has three interfaces where you can write the code. What are the first? The first and the very famous is your SAS Enterprise Guide, sorry, SAS Studio, and it is freely available. Okay, you can use it. SAS Studio. With second we have the SAS Enterprise Guide. SAS Enterprise Guide. Okay, you can use the SAS Enterprise Guide also. And the third we have the SAS windowing environment. SAS windowing environment. Getting? So these are the three interfaces, right, where you can write the code. Now when you will open any one of these, right, whether you are writing the code on the SAS Studio, SAS Enterprise Guide or SAS windowing environment, okay, you will get the three window. Okay, the window will open like this, and you will get the three window. So here we have the editor window. Okay, we will have the editor window, we will have the log window here, and then we will have the result window. Fine, result window. So what is this editor window? So in the editor window we write the code. Okay, suppose I am writing here. So in the editor window we write the code. Suppose when we write the code, right, if there is any error in the code, then it is going to show you in the log window. Okay, if there is any error, suppose if your code, whatever the code you have written, it runs successfully, okay, then even though it is going to write the note in the log window like that. Okay, by executing this code, we have created the table, and in that table we have the this number of column and this number of row, like that. And in your result, suppose when we are executing the code properly, okay, suppose we executed the code perfectly, right, so it is going to give you the result. Okay, it is going to give you the output in the output window. Okay, output result. So like that, suppose if you are writing, so when you will write the code, okay, we will have the two steps in your SAS. One is your data step, okay, data step, and the second one we have the procedure step, that is proc step. Okay, so data step, with the help of the data step, right, you can manipulate the data, you can create the new table. Okay, and with the help of the procedure step, right, you can process your data, you can create the report, right. So like that you can do that. Even if you want to do the analysis, okay, so with the help like that, we have the what are the different procedure steps through which you can do the analysis. So we have the proc fric, okay, we have the proc min, okay, we have the proc univariate. Okay, so these are the ways. Okay, by using these three procedure, proc means, proc fric, and the proc univariate, through which you can do the analysis. Okay, you can perform the analysis of your data if you want to do that. Getting? And even you can export your whatever the analysis report you have, okay, whatever the report you are creating, so you can export your data by using the proc export. Okay, you can export your data by using the proc export. Now so after that, what we have to do that, let me clear this. Okay, now last we have the what are the advantage of SAS. Okay, when we are using the SAS, what is the advantage? So when I am talking about the advantage, right, so the first one, that is your easy to learn. Okay, so easy to learn syntax. So SAS, right, whenever you are writing the code in the SAS, So it is very easy to learn the syntax, and it can be easily learned without any programming skill. So that anyone can learn it here. Okay. So coding of the SAS are a very simple English language statement that we use it in the day-to-day activity. Suppose I am writing one code like this. Suppose data, okay, 1 set SAS self. I know you are not familiar. Even though if you are familiar, that is good. Where sex is equal to male, okay, and run. So by looking to this code, anyone can, okay, okay. I suppose those who doesn't have the knowledge of the SAS, but by reading to this code, okay, this is the data we are writing set. Okay, they don't have the knowledge of this data type and set. Okay, fine. But when he will read where the sex is equal to male, okay, he will say like that, okay, in my output or in my report, it is going to contain the only the candidate, only the student whose sex is equal to male. So it's just what, when he will read the code, right, he will understand it, okay, what you are going to get in the output and in the result. So this is very easy to learn. Now coming to second one, SAS has ability to handle the large databases. Okay, so SAS is strongly capable of handling a large database very easily. The third one, we have the easy to debug. So SAS is very comprehensible language, and the process of debugging is very easy, and it is easy to understand and correct the error because the log window is stated clearly. So whenever you write the code, suppose I forget the semicolon here, okay, data 1 semicolon, suppose I forget, so it is going to give you the error in the log window, and it will tell you, okay, you have forget, we are expecting the semicolon after the 1, like that they will tell you. Now the next we have the tested algorithm. Okay, so here the algorithm implemented in the SAS program is fully tested and analyzed by the developer, and every version of the SAS is tested in a controlled environment before it released. Now testing is possible because the SAS is the closed source language. You cannot manipulate the source code of your SAS. Now the next we have the data security. Okay, data security. So SAS is the primary tool for the many large scale company, and the company data is confidential here. That's why it is the closed source of the company. Okay. Now, so data in the SAS is completely secure, and in case of the office use, without the license, right, we cannot extract the data. Even we cannot perform the manipulation of the data because of the data security. And this is the reason behind its popularity in the corporate world. Now the last, that is SAS GUI, graphical user interface. So SAS is the language that has made the statistical computing easier for the non-programming user, and it has an amazing graphical user interface, and its user interface has the various tools, like you can say the plot, graph, and the highly versatile library. Okay. So this is all about the today's session. So we have so this is the head office of your Sankhyana consultancy service. Let us talk about the Sankhyana. So Sankhyana is an IT firm which provide you the consulting, analytic, and training to the student and professional from the last 8 years. Okay. So head office of Sankhyana consultancy service is your you can say Kamnahalli, Bangalore, and this is the contact information. And there are 2 branch office of your Sankhyana consultancy service, like we have the second branch office of your Sankhyana consultancy service, HSR layout, Bangalore, and this is the contact number. And the third office we have in the Dehri Onson, Rohtas, Bihar. Okay, so you can contact at this number. So these are the contact number, and these are the location. Okay, so if you want to reach out to us, okay, so either you can reach out to our office or you can contact it through the number. Okay, even you can contact it through the WhatsApp also. Now, so this is all about the today's session. So thank you everyone for joining this session, and have a good day.